So I wonder if you guys can hear me. So this is the White House stream. Dun, dun, dun. It started earlier than I thought. Happy birthday, F. So,
Today, that same warrior spirit lives on. You'll know the name, and you'll know them by their iconic cap hats, elite soldiers, and cutting-edge equipment. Tough, fit, fearless. The 1st Cavalry Division is a lethal, disciplined force that stands ready to fight and win anywhere, anytime. And the legacy rides on. This is the CAV.
yeah, so better arrange the layout.
Thanks to our sponsor, Lockheed Martin.
Lockheed Martin. So hello everybody. No, can you guys hear me? I think you guys should be able to hear me. Can you guys hear the videos? Audio? I need to move. Uh, finally, a US military parade. I have been wondering this for like forever. Why don't we have a US military parade?
Years of escalating competition between European alliances culminated in the outbreak of the First World War. The two sides engaged in a savage war of attrition, defined by opposing trenches, barbed wire, poison gas, and mass casualties. The United States initially maintained
I feel scammed. I checked the timing. They say that it's gonna start at 6:30. This started at yeah. It just started with Mary.
Nearly 50,000 Americans lost their lives.
The thing is that they are already we already have the parachute. We missed the parachute. When I on the stream, it was having a parachute. Wow, this World War One or Civil War car or World War One car. But I checked. I'm 12 hours away from DC time. But no, yeah,
We continue
it started
on
a
with
little
USA
earlier.
World War I rolling stock. This 1918 Dodge touring car was part of the legendary 1919 Transcontinental Convoy. 3,251 miles and 62 grueling days across the Lincoln Highway. Now remember, no pavement, no GPS, and no power steering. Just grit, determination, and the drive to push Army mobility into the future. This car literally helped pave the way for the roads we rely on today, and reminds us when the Army moves, the nation follows. The 1918 Dodge Touring Car. Headquartered in New York, this is the 42nd Infantry Division Band. At the start of World War I, the 42nd Infantry Division was formed with troops from 27 National Guard units, stretching across the country like a rainbow. Composed of skilled musicians from all walks of life and professional occupations, they perform a variety of musical genres. Though their mission is primarily a musical one, the members were ordered into active federal service back in 2004 in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom 3. The band has also served in support of numerous state active duty missions, including cleanup efforts following Hurricane Sandy, distribution support during COVID-19, and recently, support for New York State Corrections. Commanded by Chief Warrant Officer 2 Ethan Wagner and led by Drum Major Sergeant First Class Drew Gans, the band is performing Over There, written in 1917 by Broadway composer and recipient of the
Rainbow Division, oh my freaking god.
Cohan. Representing the World War I era is the 82nd Airborne
World War
Division,
I.
based out of Fort Bragg, North
World War
Carolina.
One uniform, holy
Although
shit.
The unit is wearing replica World War I uniforms signifying the soldiers who served our nation during this time. With the American
They 100% prepared this for a long time, man.
Our soldiers under the command of General Blackjack Pershing.
If not, how do you get the uniform so quickly?
It was the olive drab winter service uniform. Now on their heads you'll see a steel helmet with sand textured paint built to deflect enemy shrapnel from above. Not bulletproof, but battle tough. Nicknamed the Pershing boot, on their feet was the M1918 trench boot. It was designed to survive the brutal grind of trench warfare. And on their backs, the field pack, rations, ammo.
You can get it in China.
Everything a doughboy needed to fight and to win.
I just woke up for this. Holy shit. And the parachute already dropped.
The 42nd Infantry Division was deployed to heavy combat abroad and then deployed again in World War II, ultimately liberating the Dachau concentration camp. The 42nd responded to the attacks on 9/11. Later, with the war on terrorism, the rainbow stretched across the world again, deploying in Iraq and Afghanistan. Thundering into view, the pride of Fort Sill, the U.S. Army Artillery Half Section. This is literally powered by horsepower and heritage. This elite ceremonial unit honors the legacy of the Army's horse-drawn artillery. With precision, discipline, and 6 majestic horses pulling a vintage 1918 caisson, the half section keeps tradition alive and rolling strong. Representing the power, pride, and precision of America's field artillery, this is Fort Sill's finest, ladies and gentlemen. Special thanks to our sponsor, Form Energy. World War II, a global fight for freedom. In history's darkest hour, the United States Army was on the front lines. From the beaches of Normandy to the islands of the Pacific, the greatest generation faced down tyranny and turned the tide.
I was very muted. Yeah, the
From the beaches of Normandy to the islands of the Pacific.
just stream it. Don't stream it in the audio.
From bombers to fighters to transports, U.S.
Yeah.
Army aircraft started to thunder across the skies in World War II. And take a look up there, ladies and gentlemen. Flying overhead right now. They are fast, they are fierce, and famously used in the Doolittle raid over Tokyo. Leading up front, the mighty B-25 Mitchell. Up next, the Cadillac of the sky, the P-51 Mustang. From the sky, we're back down on the ground. In World War II, one vehicle led the charge, the legendary quarter-ton 4x4 command recon vehicle, the Jeep.
The Jeep.
You might have a Jeep in your driveway, but not like this. The U.S. Army truck quarter-ton 4x4 command
so
reconnaissance,
cool.
better known as the Jeep, was an iconic vehicle of World War II and was the world's first mass-produced four-wheel drive vehicle. The Army used the Jeep for almost every military activity, including command vehicles, scout cars, and medical ambulances. Fast, rugged, the Jeep became a symbol of American ingenuity. Ambulances. From Fort Bragg, North Carolina, this is the 82nd Airborne Ceremonial Band. The 82nd received the nickname All-Americans after a contest as it represented the diverse origins of its members from every state. This name remains today symbolized by their iconic AA patch. Fort Bragg's finest, ladies and gentlemen.
Whoa.
Give them a big round of applause, the 82nd Airborne Ceremonial Band.
Those World War II uniforms. Oh my god.
In a global fight like World War II, the U.S. Army knew our troops needed more than courage. They needed innovation. Uniforms evolved for every environment, but olive drab remained the mark of the American soldier. Shaped by lessons from the trenches of World War I, the Army introduced two battlefield essentials: the M1 helmet, tough, stable, and built to protect under fire, and the M1 Garand rifle, powerful and fast. It gave American troops a very clear edge. General George S. Patton called the M1 rifle the greatest battle implement ever designed, and history proved him right. The 82nd Airborne Division, the unit is best known for their bravery on D-Day, when 12,000 parachute and glider troops destroyed German supply lines after fighting for 33 days straight. The 101st Airborne Division, based out of Fort Campbell, Kentucky, traces its lineage back to 1918 when it first established as the 101st Division. Known for their ability to rapidly deploy across the world, the unit has held a crucial role in operations since its inception.
Oh yes, it's
Parachuting
Trump's
behind
birthday
enemy
as well
lines on
today.
D-Day to leading helicopter assaults in Vietnam, the 101st redefined modern warfare. In the 50s, the Screaming Eagles stood tall at home, protecting the Little Rock Nine during the fight for civil rights. In recent decades, they've been sent across the world with stints as far as the Middle East, where they took part in Operation Desert Storm and participated extensively in the war on terrorism in Iraq and Afghanistan. The Screaming Eagles continue to lead the way as tomorrow's division in today's Army.
Oh, check that out. Sherman tank.
The iconic Sherman tank is here, ladies and gentlemen. It was the
Holy
cornerstone
shit.
of the U.S. Armed Forces, showing its military might in World War II. It became one of the most influential tank designs of the 20th century. The M4 tank was nicknamed the Sherman tank after Civil War General William Tecumseh Sherman. Actually, it was named by the British. With almost 50,000 produced during World War II, the Sherman tank was in active service until 1957.
Oh, Sherman tank is so
In
legendary.
World War II, the M16 half-track was a
Half-track.
force to be reckoned with. It was a self-propelled anti-aircraft weapon with speed, firepower, and grit. Nicknamed the Meat Chopper, its quad 50 caliber mount could unleash 2,300 rounds a minute. Quite devastating. It served through Korea, Vietnam, and beyond, and remains in use in
This is so
U.S.
cool, the one
allies to this
behind.
day. The
one behind
M16
is so cool.
half-track brings the fight wherever it rolls.
This I've never seen before. What is this? I'm not sure what is this. I've never seen this before. Looks very cool as well. Oh, it's
The U.S. Army Transportation Corps motto states, "Nothing happens until something moves." That was never more true than with this. Look at this, the 2.5-ton Chevrolet Deuce and a Half. It can move up to 10,000 pounds of cargo and was the backbone of the Red Ball Express that kept the Allies supplied after D-Day in World War II.
Trump is going to break his leg. He's going to stand up and salute every single every single group that come in. Oh. So cool, all this vintage. No, I love World War II as a
The Korean War,
I don't like
often
Korean
referred
War.
to as the Forgotten War, began on June 25th, 1950, with the North Korean Army's invasion of South Korea. A coalition of South Korea, the United States, and other United Nations members defeated the invasion and advanced into North Korea. The coalition fought and defeated 2 Chinese offensives in the spring of 1951. Armistice negotiations began shortly after that defeat in July of 1951 until the armistice was signed 2 years later in 1953. Combat consisted of small attacks, raids, and patrolling. During this war, the United States deployed approximately 6.8 million military forces to the Korean Peninsula.
6.8 million. Oh my god. And you can see the uniform is the same as the World War II one. But 6.8 million, no, such a huge investment. Korean War is a very painful war for United States. Because US is like they thought that they're
Special
out of
thanks
war.
to our sponsor, Coinbase.
The sponsor, they say it extra loud. Yeah, the Sherman tank is bigger than the German tank, but they have the numbers. We learn from the Ukraine war right now, right? Numbers is more important.
The M151 kept rolling along as the lightweight, high-mobility general-purpose vehicle replacing the famed World War II Jeep back in 1961. Officially named the Military Utility Tactical Truck, or MUT, most servicemen generally referred to it as a Jeep. The vehicle spanned more than 40 years in 4 manufacturers and were everywhere that the Army was deployed.
Cool. I would also call this a Jeep, man. They just look like a Jeep to me too.
Another rolled by earlier, and at 2.5 tons, this deuce and a half, the M35A2 classic military transport truck, was a mainstay of the U.S. Army for decades, particularly during the Vietnam War and Operation Iraqi Freedom. The deuce and a half proved its value moving cargo, supplies, and soldiers. Its capabilities include up to 5,000 pounds off-road and 10,000 pounds on-road, making it ideal for moving just about anything. In the jungles of Vietnam, the U.S. Army faced a new kind of war. Helicopters became the new workhorses of battle, delivering troops, firepower, and supplies into some of the most unforgiving terrain on Earth. This is the U.S. Army in Vietnam, the era of air mobility, fierce firefights, and unwavering brotherhood. And over the music marching through, the roar of these legendary Army helicopters takes to the air. Flying overhead right now, they help define the Vietnam War. That staccato beat of the rotor blades was a welcome sound to many troops mired in combat. From transport and medevac to close air support and reconnaissance, they brought the fight to the front and pulled the wounded to safety. The OH-6 Cayuse scouted the terrain with unmatched agility. The AH-1 Cobra, also nicknamed the Snake, brought serious firepower. Its slim design, as you can see here, helped it survive and thrive in hostile environments to protect soldiers below. And the icon of the era, the UH-1 Huey, the first turbine-powered helicopter in service with the U.S. military. There was nothing the Huey couldn't do. General support, air assault, cargo transport, medic evacuation, and ground attack missions. The Cayuse, Cobra, and Huey, ladies and gentlemen, 3 iconic Army symbols in the sky.
You mean the bird upside down, huh?
The 1st Cavalry Division Band, based out of Fort Cavazos, Texas, has played a vital role in U.S. military history. Since its origins back in 1855 as the band of the 2nd Cavalry, it has supported operations from the Civil War to Desert Storm. Over time, it's evolved into a powerful force using music to strengthen bonds between soldiers and engage with communities. From World War II in Korea to the Vietnam War in Bosnia, the 1st Teen Band has enhanced morale and upheld the division's enduring legacy. Today, the band continues its mission using music to shape perceptions, foster trust, and promote National Army and division interests. Standing ready to serve, it remains an enduring symbol of the 1st Cavalry Division's legacy and commitment to duty. The band performs Hit the Leather and Ride on march composed by Captain Robert Meredith Wilson. This piece reflects the cavalry's transition from horses to mechanized warfare, capturing the speed, the resilience, and the tradition of the division. From Court Cavazo, Texas, everybody, the 1st Cavalry Division Band. The U.S. Army deployed large numbers of troops in support of the Vietnam War. The first contingent of U.S. Army advisors arrived in Vietnam in the late 1950s, and that quickly grew to a small team of around 100 soldiers, which then expanded to more than 600 over the next decade. As the war intensified, troops' numbers quickly grew as the war between the South Vietnamese government and the communist insurgents supported by North Vietnam intensified. By January 1969, more than 364,200 soldiers organized around 7 divisions and 20 separate combat brigades. The United States began withdrawing its forces in July of 1969, and the last Army combat unit left South Vietnam in August of '71. The last U.S. combat soldier came home March 1973, while a small number of non-combat personnel remained until April 1975.
Run. That's the Forrest Gump uniform.
Representing
right?
the Vietnam War era is the 101st Airborne Division based out of Fort Campbell, Kentucky. The unit is wearing replica Vietnam War uniforms signifying the soldiers who served our nation during this time. Blistering heat, thick humidity, and unforgiving terrain demanded uniform innovation. And the Army, they delivered. New lightweight uniforms were constructed to move with the soldier. The M16 replaced the M1 Garand, calling for redesigned ammo gear and faster reloads in combat. Body armor got smarter, jackets and trousers got lighter, and field equipment was reimagined to meet the mission head-on. Gone were the heavy Mickey Mouse boots, replaced by canvas tropical combat boots that offered better grip, faster drying, and all-day endurance.
US marching is so boring. US marching is just normal walking. You don't even need to train much for it.
Special thanks to our sponsor, Oracle.
Gulf War.
When Saddam Hussein's Iraq invaded Kuwait in August 1990, the U.S. Army deployed to Saudi Arabia to deter further Iraqi aggression in the region for what was known as Operation Desert Shield. By the fall, more than 750,000 troops comprising U.S. service members and coalition partners from more than 30 countries had assembled in the Saudi Arabian desert. In mid-January 1991, the U.S.-led coalition began Operation Desert Storm, which kicked off with an intensive air campaign designed to knock out key Iraqi infrastructure and weaken Iraqi forces. The ground offensive was launched in early 1991, where military forces overwhelmingly destroyed enemy tanks and vehicles. After only 100 hours of ground combat, coalition troops liberated Kuwait, and the Gulf War ended with Iraq's surrender. From Fort Riley, Kansas, this is the 1st Infantry Division, one of the Army's most storied divisions. Nicknamed the Big Red One because of the distinctive red on their unit patch.
The quality
as the
of the
oldest
marching is
continuously
horrible.
serving division in the U.S. Army, the unit has participated in every major operation since World War I. living up to its motto, no mission too difficult, no sacrifice too great, duty first. The 1st Infantry Division was originally established as the 1st Expeditionary Division in 1917 and spearheaded the American Expeditionary Forces in France during World War I. In World War II, the Fighting First stormed Omaha Beach on D-Day and liberated Nazi concentration camps. The highly decorated unit has had 37 members of the Big Red One awarded the Medal of Honor. In Washington, D.C., the 1st Division Monument stands in President's Park, memorializing those who died while serving in the 1st Infantry Division.
That's how
Ladies and
marching.
gentlemen, they are the Big Red One, the 1st Infantry Division.
There's some horrible marching, but you know the military that marches the lousiest in the world right now fights the best. Is the #1 military in the world. Oh, Abrams tanks. Von.
More
Abrams.
military rolling stock. During Operation Desert Storm, the M2 Bradley fighting vehicle proved its value on the battlefield. It is fast, it is tough, and it is lethal. Named for General Omar Bradley, a leader from West Point's famed class of 1916, the Bradley was built to carry troops into combat with protection and power. Armed with a 25mm chain-driven cannon and twin tube-launched optically tacked wire-guided missiles, it played a critical role in clearing the way during the ground assault into Iraq. While the Paladin looks and sounds like a tank, it is technically a self-propelled howitzer that was first introduced back in the 1960s. Over the years, it's been upgraded to perform in versatile battlefields from Vietnam to the Soviet Union to Iraq.
I have my own Abrams too. Bradley. That's cool. Oh, I love armored vehicles. RL Ball is the Mongols. The Mongols slaughtered the most. DD March. Nice. So clean. Oh. Actually, I love the Abrams tanks. The Abrams tanks. They're now like so special. Have to show his name. This is the White House strip. No, they made it a point to advertise Dana White. It's such a different feeling, right? This military parade versus the Russian Victory Day parade. So different, right? Marco Rubio. He's tired.
In the Gulf War, no division hit harder or moved faster than the 1st Armored. The 1st Armored Division, nicknamed Old Ironsides, is the oldest, most recognizable armored division in the United States Army. As part of the buildup for World War II, cavalry and reconnaissance units were brought together to form the 1st Armored Division in 1940. In the Gulf War, no division hit harder or moved faster than the 1st Armored. Old Ironsides really led the way. During Desert Storm, they engaged in some of the largest tank battles in Army history that were decisive victories, shattering enemy formations. Based in Fort Bliss, Texas, America's tank division is currently supporting missions in 20 countries across 5 continents. From World War II to today, Old Ironsides remains battle-proven and always ready.
I can't stand the marching. The marching is so bad. Oh my god. It's really a cultural shock. It's so different. What the hell is the word infrawhelming? Yeah. The Russian parade, the Russian style of marching spoiled us. Like I mean, even Singapore, because Singapore based on the British one, our marching is like more than this. Even though it's already quite basic. This is not even marching. This is just walking. This is just walking in step. This is not even marching. Yeah. I don't think you can call this marching. Yeah, it is just walking in steps. Oh my god, then they are not even in steps, that's a problem. Some of the guys can't even walk in step. Christino. Yeah, you can hear them giving the 1-2-1-2, but then some of this is so much better. This is good. This is better. This looks more like marching. I don't know what the hell is just now those what kind of those are. Let me go and grab some snack.
First used in Operation Desert Shield and Desert Storm, the M119 howitzer brought precision firepower to the front lines. Lighter and more mobile than larger artillery, it was built for the infantry brigade, able to fire high into the air or directly at the target.
I think it's because they don't parade, that's why they walk like this.
Used in battery formation or as a standalone support weapon, the M119 delivered reliable, responsible fire when it mattered most. Still in service today, including on the front lines in Ukraine, it remains a trusted part of the Army's arsenal.
Yeah, the reality is that they don't waste time drilling. They spend all the time training to fight. That's how I look at it. Like versus a country like Singapore that we don't really fight wars, like we only stand as deterrents. We spend a bit more time on drilling, but that's also during the early part of the training, like in the basic military training. After the basic military training, it's all just war fighting training. So, but then we have a higher level
UFC.
Drilling. UFC. Yeah, I mean the basic the marching is really trained during the basic military training. After that, it's not really focused on. Yeah, it is normal to march in anything. We march in singlet and shorts as well.
On September 11, 2001, terrorists destroyed the World Trade Center in New York City and struck the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. using commercial airliners. In response, the U.S. launched the global war on terrorism. The U.S. would stop potential threats around the world and take the fight to terrorist groups and the nations that back them. The Army immediately deployed forces to Afghanistan to destroy Osama bin Laden's al-Qaeda terrorist organization and depose his sponsors, the ruling Taliban. The 2003 President Bush expanded the war to Iraq. Soldiers and other armed services overthrew Iraq's dictator Saddam Hussein. The fight to stabilize Iraq and prevent terrorist groups from overthrowing its new government continues to this day. The campaign in Afghanistan lasted until 2021 when U.S. forces withdrew and the Taliban returned to power. Over the course of the two-decade conflict, over 2 million servicemen and women, less than 1% of the American population, deployed in support of the global war on terrorism. Most of those who served were members of the United States Army.
Yeah, forever war. And the war on terror is a terrible war. You know, it's just a scam, a big scam. I think the stream will be demonetized because they are playing music. JD Vance. The interesting thing about the Americans is that they have such a huge military, but very few civilians actually ever saw that military. Not even their fighter jets, like very few. Unless they live near a military camp. So this is the kind, I feel like this is a rare opportunity that, you know, they get to see their military. You know, they know what their taxpayers are paying for. You know, human bag, a human bomb. What is a zigzag? So many Asians, right? Yeah, the Asians are, you know, more interested in the military stuff, and also, you know, maybe some of them are spies. No, I never, I never said this is a good parade. Right? Even compared to Singapore, Singapore have a better parade than this. But by American standard, this is a very unique event. You know, the United States hardly do parades. What happened to the commentary? The commentator gave up. It's the same tank, the same armored vehicle. That's why it's like you don't bother talking anymore. Oh, I think the commentator lost his script. He doesn't know what to say now. He lost the script. Andy Thomas. I didn't even know there's a lead guitar. I thought it's just background music. You can do that. Where's the freaking commentary? I want the commentary. Oh, like, holy shit. Grammy. This United States have the worst parades, but they have the biggest army.
The global war on terrorism saw the introduction of a range of new technologies on the battlefield. The 8-wheeled Stryker Armored Combat Vehicle is the first new military vehicle to enter service in the U.S. Army since the Abrams tank back in the 1980s. The vehicle was developed to fill a gap in the Army's inventory between a lighter infantry and heavy armored unit. The Stryker Armored Combat Vehicle enables the team to maneuver in close and urban terrain, plus provide protection in open terrain and transport infantry quickly to critical battlefield positions. The first Stryker vehicles were fielded back in 2002 with the first Stryker Brigade combat team deploying to Iraq in 2003.
Yeah, the FedEx, the music is a bit weird. Not the kind of military parade music that I thought. High watt fire. The stream is fun. I'm not sure. How is it fun? Yeah, this is made of cardboard, you don't know. They already gave all the real things to Ukraine. These are all made of cardboards. You see, even the soldiers are all fake. These are just civilians.
U.S. Army
Rangers
predating the Revolutionary War fought in the War of 1812 as part of the regular army and patrolled the frontier from Ohio to western Illinois on horseback and by boat with the likes of Daniel Boone and Abraham Lincoln in their ranks. After the 9/11 terrorist
Terrible
attack,
marching.
Rangers were called upon to lead the way in the global war on terrorism. As part of the U.S. Army Special Operations Command, the 75th Ranger Regiment, based out of Fort Bragg, North Carolina, represents a lethal, agile, and flexible force capable of conducting many complex joint special operations missions. Today's Rangers Regiment is the Army's
Horrible marching,
premier
this
direct
horrible
action
marching.
raid force. It is always combat ready, mentally and physically tough, and prepared to fight our country's adversaries. The U.S. Army
Nice
Special
burrito.
Operations Command is an elite group of individuals trained to lead and succeed in protecting the country from their threats. Composed of 5 units with unique specialties, Special Operations works with small tactical teams, taking on the most challenging and sensitive missions. Military legends to service members and civilians alike, they take on terrorists through quiet guerrilla war-style missions in foreign countries. Ladies and gentlemen, the U.S. Army's Special Forces.
Yeah, these are low budget soldier actors, no?
The Stryker Brigade Combat Team combines the capacity for rapid deployment with survivability and tactical mobility. Adaptability and continuous transformation to overcome our enemies is vital. Fighting an elusive enemy in distant places and at home requires new tools such as unmanned aerial vehicles for surveillance and the Blue Force tracker to see real-time details of troop movements. The United States does not face the challenging international environment alone. Our network of allies and partners is an advantage that our adversaries can never hope to match. Over 80 nations have fought alongside the United States or assisted it during the global war on terrorism.
Johnny Ernst. Oh, by the way, condolences to I think the Americans. I think Minnesota. There's like the two senators got killed off, got assassinated, along with the spouse.
Light Division in July 1943, the only one of its size in the U.S. military to receive specialized training for fighting in mountainous conditions. After periods spent inactive as a training division and as a standard infantry division, the unit returned to its roots in 1985 when it regained its Mountain Division designation. In the 1990s, the division participated in numerous humanitarian and peacekeeping operations. During the War on Terrorism, the 10th Mountain Division proved their mettle as
I can 100% tell you, the Chinese are laughing like hell watching this parade.
Now, since 2002, the 10th Mountain Division, based out of Fort Drum, New York, has been the most deployed regular Army
The
unit.
Chinese
Its
side is going to see this
20
like
deployments to both Iraq and
the lack of
Afghanistan,
military discipline in the
Operation
marching
Iraqi
like is a sign
and
of like
Operation
weakness.
Enduring Freedom. To show America's military might, they have one purpose: to deter war and, if
Wow.
ordered, defeat the enemies of the United States of America. They are the 10th Mountain Division.
Check out the street. So much decorations.
Investments in cutting-edge systems, drone technology, and AI-powered capabilities strengthen the force, equipping soldiers with tools they need to protect the country and defend democracy. The Army has 8 Stryker Brigade combat teams, 6 in the active component and 2 in the National Guard. More than 2/3 of the 7,000 servicemen and women who sacrificed their lives fighting the global war on terrorism were part of one of the Army's 3 branches: active duty forces, the Army Reserve, and the Army National Guard. The Army is continuously transforming to deter aggression to ensure our adversaries cannot outrange or outpace us. This transformation is not just about adapting, it's about maintaining dominance, ensuring that America's Army remains unmatched in its speed, flexibility, and ability to support the nation's strategic priorities.
Why do I have a feeling that it's more like every military camp in the United States send a unit down, rather than it's a display of the equipment. Like they repeat the equipment quite a number of times because they only have the standard equipment. It's always those few equipment. Third camp. ASCII, there is no high-tech stuff. The highest tech stuff in the United States is the F-35. That's the highest tech. Oh yeah, we haven't seen the Marines, right? But it's an army parade, right? The guys are enjoying themselves, man. Yeah, ASCII, I don't think they have experience in military parades. Everybody's confused by the parade. This is so abnormal. No one does parades like United States. Trump is correct. No one has parades like United States. It's Trump's birthday today, in case you do not know. The parade coincides with his birthday. So in a way, this is actually his birthday celebration. I think many of these are reserves. You can look at the dummy. These are not the active soldiers. These are like the reserve, the National Guards. Some of them, I think.
special thanks to our sponsor, Palantir.
Ooh, Palantir. You see, it's just repeating, like the vehicles just keep repeating because it's the same vehicles. Like no other country do parades like this, no. We only show the one tank once, then the armor the certain IMP once. This is like just keep repeating and repeating and repeating. Humvee. There's a Humvee. This is a terrible parade. Honestly, by parade standard, this is quite bad. There's sponsors, like even in Singapore's National Day there are sponsors. The sponsors help to reduce costs, so like they have to spend money, right, build up and prepare all this parade, but the sponsors helps. Oh holy hell, there's actually a band playing the music behind.
Today, the U.S. Army's mission is to deploy, fight, and win our nation's wars. How? By securing ready, prompt, and sustained land dominance by Army forces across the full spectrum of the conflict as part of the joint force.
I want to get sponsored by McDonald's and Walmart. McDonald's and Walmart can use sponsors PDA. What the hell is that? No, that's what the hell is that?
Keeping the Army forces battle
M777
makes transportation for the U.S. Army a very vital element. Spread across the parade today, numerous fighting vehicles, some designed for very specific functions and others for flexibility, but they all must be maintained. With over 200,000 trucks alone, wheeled vehicle mechanisms ensure that the fleet of vehicles are ready, and these mechanics get the job done. This convoy starts with the M777, a lightweight howitzer. These lightweight howitzers may not look particularly lightweight, but are made from titanium. They are 7,000 pounds lighter than their predecessor, the old M198. Used by the Army since 2005, the M777 is currently being used in Ukraine. Weighing only 4,700 pounds, the M119 howitzer is smaller. It is used by infantry brigades, particularly for air assault missions. It was first used in Operation Desert Shield and Desert Storm in 1991 and is also seeing active use in Ukraine.
I agree. Oops, this went wrong. I agree. The Americans need to learn some way of doing parades, like from Russia
the
or
7th
China.
Infantry Division
Happy
stationed
birthday
at
if you are
Joint
birthday
Base
today.
Lewis McChord has been seeing continuous combat action ever since activation in World War I. From Europe to the Aleutian Islands, Japan, Korea, Afghanistan, and the Pacific, the Bayonet Division boasts a proud history of answering the call of its motto, "Trust in Me," with resolute dedication. Sent to deployments and conflicts around the globe since it was founded, the division returned to Fort Lewis in 1971, its first time on American soil since 1934. The 7th Division, originally called the Hourglass Division due to their hatch design, gained the nickname Bayonet Division during their deployment to Korea in June of 1950. At Incheon Landing and during the liberation of Seoul, they were credited with plunging the bayonet into the heart of the enemy, with 13 members of the division receiving the Medal of Honor. The 7th enables and sustains the combat readiness of 2 Stryker Brigade combat teams and a combat aviation brigade. With the American soldier, the cornerstone of everything the Army does, we are continuously transforming. Army careers span the spectrum from attorneys to astronauts and mechanics to engineers. The Army's greatest asset is our people, the finest men and women our great nation has to offer, with a myriad of talents that make us stronger. Aside from its people, the Army's next greatest asset is its technology and equipment. Coming up next, these vehicles offer a glimpse of what the Army employs for readiness and battle. The portable howitzers and the
There's a freaking band behind. The music is actually from a live band. Holy shit.
Bradley tanks and the infantry squad vehicles.
It's behind
The
here.
ISB provides enhanced tactical mobility of an infantry
The music are also
brigade
Vietnam.
combat team. This allows commanders greater freedom of movement and action.
Yeah,
The
we can't get it
ISB
now.
provides the warfighter with increased flexibility to ensure infantry units maintain momentum to achieve mission success.
This is still the third calf. So this is they're just repeating. It must be so boring, man. The parade, they just keep seeing the same armored vehicle over and over again, over and over again. They need to, you know, have some better ideas about this. This repeating and repeating and repeating. Oh, this parade. Oh, it's gonna do my bad. It was very good at the beginning because of all the vintage uniforms and the vintage vehicles. The modern one is just, oh my god. And they should, like, you know, 3x3. Like in Singapore we do 3x3. So, you know, it's much more compact, the parade. Yeah, they're missing a lot of armored vehicles from the past as well. They should have more of them. I got a feeling that this is also not very they did this like without sufficient planning in terms of the parade. Like, yeah, I think the lack of experience is the main problem. The 80s they will not do this because 80s was the Vietnam War, you know, the people don't they hate their military. I think there was a rehearsal yesterday. There's a rehearsal yesterday.
When duty calls, U.S. Army soldiers don't just answer, they lead. From Fort Bragg, witness a powerful demonstration of strength, purpose, and the unmatched capability of today's Army.
U.S. Army. Just now was Modern Force, now is U.S. Army.
The Army has made me see my potential, and I feel like it's molded me into a better person.
I grew up in a very patriotic household. My grandfather, he served in World War II, and his brother, my uncle, served in Vietnam. I can do this. If they can do this, I can do this.
When I was born, my dad was still serving in the military, and him coming home in his uniform, I'm like, yeah, I want to do that.
Clear for takeoff. My motivation, I think it follows in line. I think with what my family's done is kind of a sense of duty to serve our country and give back since it's given us so much.
I'm a very, let's say, timid person, but definitely helped me become a more confident person.
Working with a group and my peers, it really shows how much working with a team can strengthen you.
Am I ready to go? Ready to go. I derive a lot of purpose from serving others. I think serving something bigger than myself gets me out of bed every day. Thank you, Colin. That's you,
Apache.
I definitely pushed myself further than I ever thought I could go.
I joined military service because I want to deploy. That's my main goal, is deploy, deploy, deploy.
Yeah, this is now advertising, man. This is just advertisement.
If we get the call, we have to go somewhere, we'll do what needs to be done. That's just the way we operate here.
Air Force One.
This is one of the few jobs in the nation.
Oh, no,
where
that's
they'll,
not
you
Air
know,
Force One.
say, I'm willing to put my life on the line for you, and they're willing to put their life on the line for me.
This is what we train for. This is what we're gonna do. My team leaders and squad leaders, they know exactly what to do. Check equipment, check weapons, check ammo.
We're always ready to deploy within 18 hours and handle the mission at task.
HIMARS. Wait, we didn't see the HIMARS. We didn't see HIMARS, right?
We jump so frequently so that our jump masters and paratroopers are ready to deploy.
I'm very passionate about being a jump master. The paratroopers, they see you and, you know, they believe in you. I love to instill that confidence with my passion.
Oh, there
into those
was
paratroopers.
HIMARS. Oh,
It's a rush. It's great.
Dropping clear for personnel drop.
this happened only a few days ago. Yeah, this happened only a few days
This
ago.
week we honor 250 years of valor and glory and triumph by the greatest fighting force ever to walk the face of the earth, the United States Army. For 2.5 centuries, our soldiers have marched into the raging fires of battle and obliterated America's enemies.
I love the Army. It is a great place to set yourself up for success, to prepare yourself for the future.
God bless
What kind
you,
of success?
God bless our soldiers, and God
What
bless
success are you talking
the
about?
U.S. Army.
Slava Ukraini. Oh, wrong country. I thought this is the time you say Slava Ukraini. No. Slava Ukraini. Medal of Honor recipient. Oh my god, he looks huge, man. He can kill me with one punch.
Joint Base Elmendorf, Richardson, Alaska is the home to America's Arctic Angels, who execute expeditionary
Arctic Angels.
operations worldwide,
Yeah, Bastion.
conduct multi-domain
I would have
operations
loved
in
to
the
have the World War II
Indo-Pacific theater
section
and
much
the Arctic,
longer.
and on order decisively defeat any adversary in extreme cold weather, mountainous and high latitude environments through large-scale combat operations. The Angels are the Army's only Arctic division. Masters of Arctic warfare, the 11th serves worldwide in all climates. Established in November of 1942, the Angels of the 11th Airborne Division led the way in the Philippines during World War II and spearheaded an amphibious invasion of Luzon and distinguished themselves during the liberation of Manila. After periods spent inactive and stationed in Germany from 1963 to 65, the division operated as the 11th Air Assault Division with the
Oh,
mission
then
of
the HIMARS.
testing and refining
The HIMARS
the
appeared.
Army's helicopter-centric air mobility doctrine. Activated once again in June of 2022, they remain dedicated to defending America's interests
But it's a
throughout
very
the Arctic,
draggy
in Alaska,
parade.
and beyond.
If they do the
11th
vehicle one by
Airborne
one, it's a
Division,
very
America's
draggy parade.
Arctic Angels.
They shouldn't do one by one. They should do 2 by 2 or 3 by 3. You know, one by one is very draggy. Yeah, like you know, if it's 2 by 2 like this, it's alright.
Requiring ongoing maintenance in the field
But
and
it's
on base
still
because
largely one by
nothing
one.
happens until something moves. Wheeled vehicle mechanics supervise and perform maintenance, repair, and recovery operations on vehicles that serve the Army in a variety of mission-critical roles. Included in the array of mobile artillery such as Paladins and the Abrams tank is the Joint Light Tactical Vehicle known as the JLTV.
POW.
It's highly adaptable, providing protected and sustained mobility for personnel and payloads.
Ah,
The
more
JLTV
new
is known for
vehicles
its
to
off-road
see.
capability while providing armor against small arms and improvised explosive devices. The JLTV right there.
Oh. Happy go. I'm starting to suspect a little bit like this, no? And it's just the same vehicle going round and round. Yeah, I think the parade can be done so much better if they make it a bit more compact. Because it's just a lot of the time it's the same vehicles repeating itself. But I feel like it's more like, you know, they're just giving, it feels like the parade is just to give the soldiers a chance to, you know, see the, you know, be proud of themselves rather than a proper parade. Like they give them a chance to wave at a crowd, you know, have a moment of spotlight on them. Like because US soldiers are quite sad because they are like always in the shadows. Like they are always training and then they are doing operations, but nobody knows what the hell is happening. And the public never sees them. They are like always almost invisible. And when they talk, when people talk about the military, it's always war or veteran issues, you know. So whether the parade is last minute, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it feels a little bit not as well done as it could be. Chief of Staff of the Army. So honestly, but if you look at just the army equipments, there is nothing that shows that the Americans is going to fight a better war against Russia, because it's the same equipment that the Ukrainians are using. Melania looks happy. Trump seems a bit in deep thoughts. Maybe he's worried by Israel. Honestly, imagine the Russians do their parade like this and the soldiers march like this. The whole Western world will be laughing at Russia. No. And they will be saying the Russians are unprofessional. Yeah, if the Russians march like
the
this,
U.S.
they will
Army
be breaking
Reserve is
news.
inseparably linked to America's long-standing citizen soldier tradition. Organizationally, the Reserve's roots lie in the Medical Reserve Corps, established back in 1908 to provide a ready reserve of medical manpower. This organization was folded into the new offices of the Officers Reserve Corps in 1917. Reserve organizations furnished crucial manpower to the Army during World War I and were merged into 1920 into the Organization of Organized Reserve. During World War II, the Army activated 26 Organized Reserve infantry divisions, and roughly a quarter of the Army's officer corps came from the reserve during the conflict. During the Korean War, the Organized Reserve Corps was reorganized and redesignated the U.S. Army Reserve. The Army Reserve has since served as a vital source of manpower for the force during times of need, gradually transitioning from a strategic force to an operational force in response to the pressures of the war on terrorism.
Yeah.
In the 170,000 Army Reserve soldiers and 11,000 civilians serving their home communities, and when needed, they can quickly mobilize.
It's
The
on you.
Army can't deploy, they can't fight or win without the Army Reserve. They are an important
The Army
component
Reserve.
of Army readiness. Let's have a big hand for the Army Reserve.
A big hand. Trump only have tiny hands. Now how to get his big hand?
Today and tomorrow's Army looks
I
to increase
agree.
safety and
I
survivability,
agree.
create efficiency and streamline processes. The Stryker is a great example of assessing evolving needs and developing the solutions.
Stryker again.
Strykers provide a balance between heavy armor and infantry brigade and combat teams.
Yeah, it's like the third calf again. They're still shooting the third calf, you know? Are we on repeat? This is a freaking White House. This is a White House stream, you know? This is like the freaking White House stream. Are we on repeat? let me look at other streams. Holy shit, it's real, this is real, this is not a loop. I just look at the Fox stream. It's the same imagery. Yeah, this is not a loop, this is real. I just checked like 2 different streams. It's the same one. It started so well. This parade started so well before the World War II stuff. Now, actually, that's a good point. They're showing that the Americans actually still have supplies of this stuff. Zelensky is gonna call soon. No, Zelensky is gonna call. Hey, can you send some of those that I saw on the parade over? Oh, Bastion, I don't know, man.
When Americans hear the name Bastogne, they remember one of World War II's most heroic defenses, the Battle of the Bulge. Surrounded by German forces in the frozen forests of Belgium in December 1944, soldiers of the 101st Airborne held the line.
Oh my god, this is... But this is a 250 years anniversary army parade. Maybe next year when they do a Victory Day parade will be better, you know? He's not free, man. He's looking at the messages from Israel. He's like, why am I here? I'm so busy, you know? Iran is fighting Israel. What is this unit? NPC. What is this NPC? You know? They had at least some cool flags. I'm just surprised that they still have the M777s. They still have the artillery systems. Oh, there's a huge gap behind. Oh my god. Check out this Spec Ops looking people.
The unit before you is a platoon from the multi-purpose company 2nd Battalion, 327th Infantry Regiment, 1st Mobile Brigade, 101st Airborne Division, Bastogne. They are showcasing the Army's transformation in contact
There's a drone.
initiative, a program that allows the Army to rapidly test, evaluate, and equip our soldiers with the newest technologies. Modern, mobile, and mission-ready, the Bastogne Brigade continues to adapt to new threats while staying rooted in the fierce resilience that defined its birth. They are carrying the next-generation squad weapons, the XM7 and XM250, both equipped with the XM157 optic. The vehicles are the infantry squad vehicle, a new mobility asset that can rapidly move through most terrain types. The trailer is the S-MET, and it's capable of carrying heavy loads under its own power through restrictive terrain. This platoon is equipped with 3 types of small unmanned aerial systems. They are the Ghost X, located on the S-MET,
Only 3?
the C-100, and right above us there, the X-10D, which are flying above the formation right now.
Maybe. This is all stealth, you cannot see it. They only had 3. I hope this is not DJI, man. It looks so DJI-ish to me. This looks so DJI. They need more drones. They need to fly like 100 of them at once. Then it will be scary. If you fly only 3, no feeling. There must be 100 all fly at the same time. Oh my god, these guys have the worst job. You have to hold a drone like this all the way. I forced myself to wake up for this, man. Don't underestimate him holding the drone. It's a very tiring job to just hold it all the way like this. This drone doesn't look military, man. This drone looks DJI. And here we go again.
The Bradley fighting vehicle has proved itself to be lethal and survivable in multiple theaters since it first fielded back in the 1980s. Designed as a troop transport, tank killer, and to match speed with an Abrams tank, but Bradley is a fierce fighting machine. Bradley accompanies American troops often with the M1A1 Abrams tank, nicknamed the Beast, and Whispering Death because of its firepower, accuracy while moving, and its stealth. Together, they offer mobility and firepower, a fearsome combination.
How many times have we seen the Bradley? Oh my god, I want to die. Oh my god. How many times have we seen the stupid Bradley now? Empress Luna, I just woke up. I put an alarm and forced myself to wake up. And it's like, when I woke up on the stream, they were already like doing the parachuting. Then after that, then it was like the nice part in World War II one. Then everything now is like, you know, Naruto fillers. All like Naruto fillers. Though in the parade, if you have to go to the bathroom, yeah, you can go. You can run away. Then after that, you will get punished. Usually, you should go to the toilet and then you go to the parade. Like you shouldn't be going in the middle of the parade. Whoops. So sorry. No, Jacob, the problem is the parade is way too long. The parade is so long that they cannot play the military music like all the way. So this parade is not so well planned in the sense that it's too long. It shouldn't be this long. This is just like too long. It's just too draggy, man. Yeah, like I say, no, this level of military parade, like at least like the marching and everything. No, I mean, in terms of numbers, okay, like China or Russia will see the numbers, but then the quality of the marching, like they will have this perception that the American soldiers are quite crappy, I'm gonna make coffee, man. I need to prepare myself to do the Frontline Changes report. Oh my god, this is... Oh. Let me guess, next is going to be Bradley again. Helicopter is coming. There. Come on, change the scene to this Apache one. Wait. Show the Apache. Oh my god. Yes.
And high in the sky, the AH-64 Apache. It's the premier attack helicopter in the world. The Apache entered service in the mid-1980s and continues to evolve and modify to meet worldwide threats. It can deliver intense fire on the battlefield with an array of aerial rockets, guided Hellfire missiles, along with 30mm cannon fire. The aircraft you see here is configured with a sophisticated targeting radar system and can operate in poor visibility and in the black of night. With more than 1,280 aircraft in operation accumulating over 5 million flight hours, 1.3 million of which have been in combat, the AH-64 Apache represents the backbone of the U.S. Army's attack helicopter fleet and a growing number of international defense forces.
Maybe I should do a stream where I compare all the military parades, like around the
Special
world,
thanks to
and
our
then we
sponsor, Lockheed Martin.
again. Then then watch all the different parades from all around the world, and then we ranked it. How good it is. Oh, there's a doggy. The future.
Now let's roll on
Finally,
to the future
something
of
different.
Army readiness. The Army Research Laboratory robot dogs reflect the latest in Army innovation. Look at this. Much like a true canine, these robots can go where soldiers cannot. They have increased mobility, improved tactical awareness, reduced risk to soldiers, and enhanced teamwork. Replacing soldiers, robot dogs can explore terrain that may be difficult for soldiers to traverse. Dispose of explosive ordnance that act in defensive posture or aggressive capacity when armed.
Chinook. Singapore have this too. Chinook is one of my favorite helicopters since I was a kid. Yeah, the dog cannot kamikaze. If they make it the kamikaze dog, then it
is
will be.
another innovation that can adapt seamlessly for various missions from recon to bomb recognition. These dogs reduce risk and support soldiers completely in high-stakes missions. They have a standard walk speed of 2 miles per hour and are working towards 6.7 miles per hour sprint.
It's not impressive, honestly. The Chinese drone robots are like way more impressive. China. What is this vehicle? I don't know what is this vehicle called. Anyone know what is this? A remote control vehicle. Oh my god, this is RCV. This is remote control. Chino. So cool. I love the Chino. Finally, military parade music.
As the oldest continuously serving Army band and the oldest unit at West Point, this is the United States Military Academy Band, ladies and gentlemen. West Point Band traces its history to a single drummer and fifer appointed by George Washington.
Why does he have so many medals?
Revolution. Over the next 2 centuries, this band evolved into one of the most capable and versatile performing groups in the world.
Do they get medals performing music? Why are they also decorated? I agree, Remy. I'm used to proper military music for parades. Like this, the electric
One
guitar
of the most
band is.
prestigious institutions in the world where leadership is forged and duty becomes destiny. This is West Point, where Army leaders are made.
Famous.
With the
West
motto
Point.
of duty, honor, and country, West Point trains the best and brightest to serve their country as Army officers. Founded back in 1802 by President Thomas Jefferson, West Point is the home of the Long Gray Line, a legacy of courage and excellence that includes 77 Medal of Honor recipients, 2 U.S. presidents, Grant and Eisenhower, and numerous generals, including John J. Pershing, Douglas MacArthur, and Norman Schwarzkopf.
The strap is on the mouth. I just noticed the strap is on the mouth. Is that normal?
Upon entering the United States Army, all recruits undergo initial entry training, a highly intense and challenging training period aimed at developing a soldier's physical and mental toughness, instill discipline, train them in essential combat skills, and foster teamwork. IET transforms civilians into soldiers based on the 7 core Army values: loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage.
They strap it under the teeth. That's like horse, right? Pete Hegseth is so motivated, man. He's all the way like nodding all the way for an hour now. He's like,
The Virginia Military
Awesome,
Institute,
awesome.
on a mission to produce citizens, soldiers, men and women educated
Oh,
for
something
civilian
different.
life, prepared to serve their country in the armed forces. VMI counts a Nobel Prize winner, 11 Rhodes Scholars, generals, 7 Medal of Honor recipients, and a Pulitzer Prize winner among its graduates. As one of the nation's senior military colleges, students at Virginia Military Institute can participate in Army ROTC or the Corps of Cadets. While cadets in the Corps can serve in any branch of the United States military or pursue other careers, those in Army ROTC earn their commission as officers, ready to serve on active duty in the National Guard or Army Reserve. Each year, the Army Senior ROTC Blue Ridge Battalion commissions approximately 130 second lieutenants, ensuring that excellence in leadership continues in generations to come.
Cyberbrain, yeah, this is
The Citadel,
terrible
the military
compared
college
to the
of South
Russian
Carolina, offers students the opportunity to participate in Army ROTC or the historic Corps of Cadets. Founded in 1842, the Citadel is the 3rd oldest of the senior military colleges and is known for its
Nice
Corps
uniform.
of cadets living and studying under a classical military system. that makes leadership and character development essential. While military service is not required at graduation, more than 120 students earn their commission each year through the Army Senior ROTC Palmetto Battalion, playing a vital role in shaping the future.
Best military parade on earth ever. Screw you haters.
As one of the nation's senior military colleges, Texas A&M University is home to both Army ROTC and the renowned Corps of Cadets. The Corps of Cadets' central purposes has remained building individuals that exemplify respect, excellence, leadership, loyalty, integrity, and selfless service. Students at the university who participate in the Army ROTC earn their commission as officers ready to serve on active duty in the National Guard or Army Reserve.
The boost is
Each year,
interesting.
the Army Senior ROTC Warrior Training Battalion at Texas A&M proudly commissions more than 90 second lieutenants and is honored to shape the future leaders of the U.S. Army.
Why is it so inconsistent? Some have boots, some don't have. It's a culture shock. It's a culture shock. Yeah, wasted
In a
opportunity.
powerful display of commitment, these future soldiers will raise their right hand and take an oath of enlistment, pledging to serve our nation. This joint formation is proudly led by the Joint Task Force, National Capital Region, and the Military District of Washington Retention Team. Shaping tomorrow's Army, West Point's most inspiring cadets remind us that America's future is courageous and in capable hands.
Those are some terrible drilling, man. Oh, more
The
advertisement.
pride to serve my country knows that I'm doing it not for myself. Every day I put on the uniform, I'm not just representing Caroline Robinson. I'm representing my company here at the Academy. I'm representing West Point. I'm representing the United States Army, and ultimately, I'm representing the United States of America.
I really came to West Point because belief in the American dream and giving back to our country.
You're a part of something that is much bigger than yourself.
So
You're a
big,
part
man,
of a
the rank.
tradition of excellence and a legacy
The rank
that's
is so huge.
connected not only to the Academy, but to the American Army.
I'm surrounded by people who want to make themselves better and serve our country.
Excellence is their baseline, and that to me is what it means to be a West Point cadet.
From the earliest
We
days
don't know
of our
when
nation,
she's fighting the
the
front
supreme
line.
tradition of American military service has been passed down from soldier to soldier and generation to generation, and it's a beautiful thing to watch.
My brother preceded me here, and originally I didn't really know what West Point was until he came. But when I saw the mission that they were committed to, of upholding the principles of American democracy and protecting the Constitution, I knew it was somewhere I had
Trace,
to be.
it's because of the
Time
lighting.
that we lived outside of the United States,
Usually I kept my
always
room very
felt
dark.
a sense of gratitude and pride of being an American, and I wanted to give back to my country what it gave to me.
And it wasn't until I zipped up the blouse and I put the belt on for the first time that I realized that I was going to be serving my country, and it felt right. West Point was the place
There's
that
way too many female
More
soldiers.
importantly, the Army was where I wanted to be.
When you have so
I just
many
looked to
female
the left
soldiers,
and
it's
right
not a
for
serious
basic
army.
training
You need to be.
and realized that we all
there's
had the
too
same
much,
American
too
patch
many.
on our shoulders, that we're all fighting for the same thing. I mean, there is no better feeling in the world knowing that every single person around you is committed and willing to die for that mission.
You came for excellence, you came for duty, you came to serve your country, and you came to show yourselves that you are among the smartest, toughest, strongest, most
I just want to say,
lethal warriors.
if you
ever
notice,
to walk
most of
this
the soldiers are
planet.
white.
What
Like
excites
a
me the
mass
most about
majority
my
are
future in
white.
the Army
And
is
and
the
this you can see
opportunity that I'm
how
going to have to give back
hypocritical and
to
how
American
evil
soldiers
is
that
the
I'm going to be leaving.
the
Because ultimately,
DEI
They
policies are.
don't get to choose.
Know how they
and to me, it's
suppress,
that burden of
the
responsibility. to be
imagery
the
of
best
white
leader.
soldiers in
And
the United
as
States.
a young officer, that's
It's
going to be
just
exactly
wrong,
what I
you know?
get to do.
I was the cadet basic training first detail for the first 3 weeks. I got to see the new cadets come in from their families' homes and being in process in their very first day and watching them grow so quickly.
I would do all the formations, and I looked out at these 1,000 new cadets, people who just come out of high school. They were completely different people.
I don't think there's another institution in the country like West Point where the student body is so committed to furthering the mission of America and ensuring our democracy and freedom for generations to come.
I'm really surrounded by the best of the best, and that's when I realized this is a place that I absolutely want to be.
West Point itself is an amazing institution, but it only provides opportunities. The people here have to choose to take those opportunities and grow and lead and serve. And the people here want to do that. And I'm proud to be a part of that. And I would tell any high schooler who is considering it, you won't regret it.
Honestly, the production, the video production level does take a lot of effort. No. Second lieutenant, or second lieutenant. Oh my god. How are they so honored to sit behind?
Left. Pace.
Huh. We have a parade?
First Sergeant Norton, reporting for duty, sir. Ready to commence the ceremony as directed.
I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Congratulations, congratulations. Welcome to the United States Army, and have a great life. Thank you very much. Have a great life.
Welcome to the United States Army, and welcome to Israel, no, or welcome to Iran. I did this the military swearing before. In Singapore, we end it with our life. So no, it's a bit more fiercer than this. So what's next year? Movie?
Ranger School is the best life insurance policy for
More advertisement.
It
Oh my
will
god.
always end with two people facing off with each other, and we need young leaders to be able to close with and destroy
Ranger.
the enemy and defend our nation's interests forward.
Surrender is not a Ranger word.
Ranger is a serious training, you know, it's a serious
It's
one.
not an option. I know that I'm not going to be able to get to do this again. This is my chance.
It all starts at the legendary Ranger School, the crucible where these elite warriors are forged. It has been described as the longest approved gut check in the Army. Over 62 days, students will patrol hundreds of miles over mountains and through swamps under the crushing weight of their equipment. All the while, they are deprived of both food and sleep, forced to perform at the very edge of their physical limits. But it's not just the physical challenges that make Ranger School so intense. The mental strain will break these soldiers down to their core.
If I had a come to God moment, I'd take my PC off my patrol cap, and on the inside of that, my commander gave me a Ranger tab, the yellow and black one that you get during graduation, and I pinned it to the inside of my PC.
Ranger School is not for the faint of heart, but for those who are up to the challenge, it is the ultimate proving ground.
They already didn't have enough beds for people in our company.
Crinky.
And our eyes reminded us that we don't have enough beds because there's not going to be this many people by tomorrow. Just a slight reminder of that.
There's too many of you anyways, and not all of you are gonna pass.
Rangers, if you don't figure it out, you're about to get another casualty.
It's completely different than what people would think Ranger School is like, but you can't put that into words, so it's hard to tell somebody something that you have to experience for yourself.
They got a saying, it's called as the tab turns. So Ranger School is continuing to change and to develop, but at the end of the day, it is the same, right? They're always going to put you in scenarios that is going to test with your ability to actually make decisions on the ground.
As you go through Ranger School, it is a gut check. It's going to check you out. And what's going to get you through it is whether you have it or not. Thousands and thousands of soldiers train all their lives to come here, prepare themselves to come to Ranger School, and only a few hundred leave here every class with the tab. It's not for everyone.
I'm not going to leave until I get it, so just buckle down, stop complaining, and just get the job done.
We have Singapore soldiers who went to Singapore Ranger course, then went to United States Ranger course. So you can actually see the US Ranger
Please
course
welcome
patch
country
on the
music
uniform. It's
sensation
very,
and
very
proud
interesting.
supporter of our
Oh my god,
troops,
the band is here.
Warren Ziders.
What the hell? Okay, it's becoming a concert now. Okay, it's getting a bit weird. I'm gonna make coffee, man. This is weird. This is the weirdest military parade ever I have ever seen. Hey mate, I'm gonna make coffee. I'll see you in a few minutes, man.
Laying on old memories and talking about what we used to be. She probably been a dead man, but damn if it ain't sweet. She's my pretty little poison, my heartache in the night with a kiss on her lips just like cyanide. Yeah, she came with a warning, but I didn't mind. I'll go down on it every time. She's my pretty little poison, my pretty little poison. Shadows dancing down the hall, whispers that she wants me. Try my best not to fall where she falls into me. We all need some kind of fix. For me, she's the one to pick. Nothing else will do the trick. She's all I need. She's my pretty little poison, my heartache in the night with a kiss on her lips just like cyanide. Yeah, she came with a warning, but I didn't mind. I'll go out on it high every time. She's my pretty little poison, my pretty little poison. Some I guess it's alcohol. I don't want none at all. I just want you. No, I just want you. My pretty little poison, my heartache in the night with a kiss on her lips just like cyanide. Yeah, she came with a warning, but I didn't mind. I'll go out on it high every time. thank you. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm nervous, but I would just like to say thank you so much for having me here tonight. I am just so fortunate to be here in front of y'all, and thank you guys so much for what you guys do. And honestly, happy birthday, y'all. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. I think okay. I think the rest of this programming is just music from my memory. I saw the schedule. I asked ChatGPT for it. It's like everything else is just music, like concert. So which is kind of like weird. It is so weird. So freaking weird, man. They just put a mobile stage in front of the president, and and then all the ministers are forced to watch the concert. I mean, it's nice to have country music, but no, still weird. This is the weirdest military parade ever. Let me check the schedule. So concert. So musical performance following the parade. Yeah, then there will be a firework display, 9:45. That means this concert is going to go on for like what, freaking 1.5 hours. Holy shit! This is really like a why is there so many lightning? This is really like a birthday party for the emperor, man. For the god emperor. And then all the ministers are forced to watch it. And then they can't even escape because they're so far away from security. Like they can't even run away. What? No, this is actually 4D parade. You all don't understand. It's like it's like a 4D chess but 4D parade. Oh my god, the soldiers are going to be so sad. They're going to have to stand out of the way to be the crowd. The soldiers are there have to be like the crowd. They have to behave like the crowd. You see, they're going to stand here and just be crowd. No, honestly, this is bad. This is really bad. This is bad. Like, as much as I'm a fan of Trump, but this is horrible, man. This is so bad. This is the bad imagery. Oh, this is horrible parade, man. This parade is terrible compared to the Russian ones. Come on, Singapore have better parades than this, man. I should show you the Singapore ones. So much more better. Like, this is, I don't know what the hell is this, man. Let me find. Do you want to see the Singapore one? We can actually stop this stream. This stream is getting stupid. Because I'm not gonna watch the concerts. let me show you the Singapore one. That is just terrible. This is from Singapore's 50th anniversary in 2015. So you can. This is the Singapore one. This is to welcome the president. So we're gonna skip this part. We go to the fighter jets. Oh. No, so national anthem. This is the national anthem. So it's our tradition to have the Chinook fly the flag with Apache escort. Then I think after this is the fighter jet. Majula Singapura is our Slava Ukraini.
Gentlemen, leading the salute to the nation, the Republic of Singapore Air Force will bring you an unprecedented spectacle. To celebrate our nation's Golden Jubilee, a thrilling 20 F-16 Fighting Falcons will enter the Padang airspace in a 5-0 formation. It is no mean feat for 20 F-16s to maintain precise formation at a speed of 600 kilometers per hour. This will be followed by Singapore's very own Black Knights, displaying utmost precision in the execution of the iconic bomb burst,
These
presenting
F-16s.
the salute to the nation. Now the Black Knights bomb burst. And here they come. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
No more already.
Emirs from the 21st Battalion, Singapore Artillery, on board the M3G floating.
So that's our artillery is like on the floating platform. Then they will fire this at the Merlion. It's super loud. I actually was watching it in person before. The artillery is super loud. There is no main religion in Singapore. There's quite a number of religions. So jump. Jump. So there's more area display. So this.
And Chinook helicopters. Watch them as they approach the Padang in an arrowhead formation.
So you see, compare this with the Americans one, even like a small country like Singapore, oh my god. I was like, what the hell is the Americans doing?
Helicopters, we have supporting pillars of RSAF's air, land, and sea operations, led by a Charlie 130 Hercules and 2 Fokker 50 aircraft. Now watch these tactical transport planes.
I think the cooler one is after this, the F-15s.
in the arsenal of the RSAF, we have the KC-135 Stratotanker and a Gulfstream G-550 airborne early warning aircraft.
Yeah, so
Now watch these magnificent machines soar across the Padang, escorted by 4.
I think I was watching this 2015. Where did I watch this? I forgot. Maybe by the beach. Yeah, so
Next up, 2 pairs of RSAF Black Knights will cross each other's flight paths at combat speeds, followed by another pair punching through the skies in a vertical climb. Presenting the Black Knights, Chris Cross.
yeah, I was expecting this kind of thing for the US parade, man.
Yeah, I was expecting this sort of thing in the US parade. I think there's the F-15s, right? Yeah, there's F-15 next.
Next, showcasing the power and agility of one of the world's most capable multi-role fighter aircraft. One of the RSAF's F-15 SGs will now enter the Padang airspace and maneuver into a combat turn, followed by a steep vertical climb. Now watch the F-15 execute the high G combat turn.
So all he do is go one round.
This maneuver places high demand on the pilot as he sustains the high G-force. Presenting the F-15 vertical climb.
Yeah, this was actually very cool because he's on afterburner. It was super loud. It was very cool.
3 F-15 Eagles will now enter the Padang airspace and execute a flat burst. Watch the precise maneuver and feel the roar of the F-15 SG as they engage their afterburners.
By the way, my house is near the air base where the F-15s are based. So every day F-15s are flying over me. And then there's actually more of this. That we have this parade. Like then the armored vehicles.
By his side is the second in command of the very first mobile column in 1969, Colonel retired Golai Chun. Leading the column, the Leopard 2 SG is Singapore's very own main battle tank, equipped with awesome firepower, mobility, and armor protection. Our Leopard spearhead the Army's land.
Yeah, we have a ship on a skyscraper. Yes. You see, this is military parade. This is military parade. I don't know what the American one is. The F-35 shutdown cannot be confirmed yet, unless there is some clearer evidence. I'm gonna stop showing. These are Leopard tanks.
Is the Bionics 2 armored fighting vehicle developed locally by ST Engineering. It is equipped with a 30mm cannon and can carry up.
This Bionics, our version of Bradley.
It is equipped with a heavy machine gun and automatic grenade launcher. Next up is the versatile Bronco all-terrain tracked carrier designed to maneuver through
This is the
various
Bronco.
terrain for field and urban.
I said Bronco before.
The Bronco comes in several variants to meet a whole range of operational demands.
You see how tight the driving is? We drive, the formation is really tight.
Behind the Bronco, the Terex infantry carrier vehicle provides infantry troopers with enhanced mobility, protection, and
Yes, we have the lights. It's our own vehicle, our own design vehicle. This is also Singaporean made. This is Terex. So I was surprised, the American parade was done in that way. Yeah, but we can squeeze 3 vehicles at once. The Americans can only do one by one.
Now leading the
Yeah, this is our this primers, I think. Yeah, you can see how tight the military parade is. We could have, if we do one by one, we can drag this out for 1.5 hours as well. This is the current president of Singapore. So this is, if you see the way how they salute, this is also the way how I salute. Like, this is the Singapore way of saluting. Yeah, yeah, it's way more compact, right? No, more exciting. Combat ambulances. We use this Igla, which is Russian. Thank you, Johari. Yeah, so this is way more well produced, which is why I'm surprised. No, yeah. So what do we have? This is the civil defense. And and they actually, the funny thing is that we actually brought the ships up. Some of the smaller ones. I actually saw this in real life, like this unmanned surface vehicle. I actually saw it on Petrol. I saw this real one, but at the Changi Air Base, at the naval base. Sorry, at the naval base. But I haven't seen this on operation yet. What else do we have? Yeah. Yeah. This was a big parade because this was a Jubilee. So this was the big parade. Yeah. So let me see what happening in the. Oh, it's a speech. It's a speech. Oh, he finished his speech. Oh my God. Trump is speaking. Whoops.
Our great First Lady to join me at the podium. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have to listen to Trump speak, it's a waste of time, If Melania will speak, that is not bad. No? Or just wave. Just wave. Just wave. Smile and wave. Smile and wave. So what's next? Oh, there's a flag.
Mr. President, on behalf of the United States Army, the Army Golden Knights, I would like to present to you this flag, which was flown over our nation's capital in free fall during the Army's 250th birthday celebration.
Slava Ukraini. Oh, wrong time, wrong moment. Oh. Heroyam Slava. Is that over? Oh, Lockheed Martin advertisement again. A lot of parades. Oh my god, that's World War II. Advertisement. Oh no, it's more concert. Oh my god, is it more concert? Ah shit, it looks like it's gonna be more concerts. Oh, it's his favorite song. He earned so much money, you know. He always get invited to sing.
To be living here today, 'cause our flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take it.
I think we don't hear him sing. Let's go back to the speeches. I mean,
50 years, incredible, every pick of American.
okay, JD Vance. We go backwards a bit.
Well, let me say to the thousands of Americans who traveled from distant towns and across state lines to be here today, this is your national capital. Welcome to Washington, D.C. We are thrilled to have you. This evening, as we celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States Army, the oldest branch of the greatest fighting force ever known to man, I want to say to all the soldiers all across our nation's capital and all across the world, happy birthday, soldiers. We're proud of you.
Happy birthday to you if it's birthday today.
And I want to say you represent an unbroken line of greatness, of excellence, and one of the things the
crowds are
President
far
of the
away,
United
man.
States has told his entire administration, from the Vice President on down, is that we must remember that the young men and women who put on the uniform and serve this nation are our most precious resource. We must honor them, we must respect them, we must fight for them, and that's exactly what the Trump administration aims to do every single day. And so to our soldiers, we're so proud of you, and let me tell you that the way that we honor and respect you is, number one, we never ask you to go to war unless you absolutely have to, and number two, when we do ask you to go to war, we give you the weapons and the support needed to kick the hell out of the enemy and come back home safely. Now, I know I am the last thing standing between the main event, and that is a dangerous place to be with a lot of soldiers in the audience. So let me just say a couple of quick additional thoughts. First of all, June the 14th is, of course, the birthday of the Army. It is, of course, the birthday of the President of the United States, and happy birthday, Mr. President. But I would get in trouble if I didn't mention that it's also my wedding anniversary. And so to my lovely wife, I love you, honey, happy anniversary, and thank you for everything that you do for our country. So without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce the 45th and 47th Commander-in-Chief of the United States Military, President Donald J. Trump.
Thank you to Vice President Vance, and thank you to our wonderful First Lady. And above all, thank you to the greatest, fiercest, and bravest fighting force ever to stride the face of this earth, the United States Army. Thank you very much. Because the Army keeps us free, you make us strong, and tonight you have made all Americans very proud. They're watching from all over the world, actually. Made them all very proud. Every other country celebrates their victories. It's about time America did too. That's what we're doing tonight. And watching this magnificent display, our souls are filled with gratitude for every generation of warriors who have worn the uniform all the way back to the very beginning. So to every veteran across our land, and right here in our nation's capital, including 6 recipients of the Congressional Medal of Honor, we love you, we honor you, and we salute your noble service to our flag and to our country. As we celebrate tonight, we also think of the hundreds of thousands of Army soldiers who have made the supreme sacrifice for our nation and selflessly laid down their lives in every war, from the Revolution to the War on Terror to the Gold Star family.
Okay, I'm bored, man. I'm bored. Jump. I'm bored, man. I don't want to listen to his speech. It's so droning, man. So everybody is just waiting for fireworks now. Taking photos and waiting for fireworks. Yeah, it's a weird parade. Like, I have to say it again, it's still a weird parade. So alright, so I'm gonna end the stream so that I can do the Frontline Changes report. So I need to do mapping. So thank you everybody for joining the watch party. No, yeah, it didn't turn out the way I thought. It started off very well. Towards the end, it was like, oh. yeah. Maybe next time. Maybe I ask a history legend along. We can review parades together for the fun of it. I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah. So anyway, that's it. So thank you everyone for participating. I'll see you guys during the Frontline Changes report. And do I have the outro? War coverage. Maybe we have. Okay, I'll see you guys. Bye.